feel worried about weak bones or struggling with recovery after a fracture? Do you believe that the key to strong bones might... Alarmingly, this issue is on the rise as the population ages. The World Health Organization even predicts that by 2050, feel worried about weak bones or struggling with recovery after a fracture? Do you believe that the key to strong bones might be right in your kitchen? Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a naturopath with over 40 years of experience, has uncovered the crucial link between diet and bone health. These are things not everyone wants you to know, especially pharmaceutical companies. In this video, we will explore how simple dietary changes and some natural methods can enhance bone strength. Set aside supplements and calcium pills for a moment. Listen closely because your bones will thank you for it. Be patient, as there's much more to discover by the end of the video. Dr. O'Neill will reveal a shocking truth about sunlight and its unexpected role in improving bone health. You may rethink your sun exposure habits after hearing this. Moreover, she will share 4 common foods in the U.S. that surprisingly weaken bone health. You might be surprised to learn that an ordinary kitchen ingredient could hold the key to stronger bones. Before we dive into Dr. Barbara O'Neill's recommended methods, let's take a look at the alarming current state of affairs. According to the International Osteoporosis Foundation, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over the age of 50 are at risk of fractures due to osteoporosis. In the U.S., approximately 10 million people have osteoporosis, and 44 million have low bone mass, increasing their risk. Alarmingly, this issue is on the rise as the population ages. The World Health Organization even predicts that by 2050, hip fractures in men may increase by 310% and by 240% in women. Every year in the United States, around 6.3 million fractures occur, with osteoporosis being the leading cause. This shows that modern lifestyles greatly impact our bone health. Bones are more than just the framework of our bodies. They are also the mineral bank that supports critical functions. When your body lacks calcium or other essential minerals, it draws from the bones, increasing the risk of osteoporosis. Think about it. Every step, jump, or even standing upright depends on your bones. As we age, bone loss becomes inevitable, but this process can be slowed with proper care. A key question to ask yourself is, are you giving your bones the care they need to keep you active and strong throughout your life? We all know that osteoporosis and declining bone density are significant issues as we get older. In today's discussion, you will learn simple, effective, and easily applicable ways to protect and strengthen your bones without necessarily relying on medication. By understanding the factors affecting bone health and making small but meaningful changes, you can actively minimize risks and enhance your vitality. We will be sharing practical tips from nutrition and exercise to lifestyle changes that you can implement right away. Join me in this exciting and rewarding journey to improve your bone health in a sustainable and natural way. Together, we will empower ourselves to live happier, healthier, and more resilient lives every day.
Bones are important. Bones hold us upright. The skull protects the most important organ in the body and yet the most delicate organ in the body, which is the brain. The only exposed bone in the whole body are teeth. Dentists make a fortune because so many people, their teeth are breaking down. I don't know whether you are familiar with the work of Dr. Weston Price. He's a dentist who in the 30s, he went all around the islands photographing people's teeth. Perfect teeth, perfect alignment. And then in some countries, only 10 years later, some of these islands, white man had come in with the devitalized food and he took more photographs. In fact, his whole book is just about photographs. And there the teeth started to be cramped because the people weren't getting the nutrition. So our bones need nutrition. Unfortunately, today there's a condition called osteoporosis, which is bones, they're breaking up far too young. You see, our bones should be strong till the day we die. So what I'd like to look at in this presentation on osteoporosis is what causes the deterioration of our bones and how we can strengthen our bones. There is a misconception today that bones are made of calcium, but bones are not made of calcium. Bones are made of a mineral balance. You see, calcium is called the king, and this is where the problem arises. I think this is where the misconception about calcium has happened. It's called the king because when calcium gets into the cell, all the other minerals piggyback on the back of calcium. So yes, he does deserve the title of king. But bones are not made of calcium. Bones are made of 12 minerals and 64 trace minerals. Let me show you. So the minerals that bones are made up of are boron and calcium. There certainly is some calcium in there, chromium and iron and magnesium and manganese and selenium and sulfur and silica, potassium, phosphorus and zinc. That's what bones are made of, and 64 trace minerals. So the million-dollar question is, where do we find such a thing? In his book, The Calcium Lie, Dr. Robert Thompson gives a very good illustration of this. He says, this is his view, he says the clearest indication of a creator God is seawater. He said, you think about it. The rain comes down, it washes into the rivers. On my morning walk this morning, I was going by a fast river, and we've had a lot of rain here in Vancouver. And the water was a milky colour. You know what the milk is? It's minerals. Minerals that have been washed down from the heavy rains. And by the time the waterways get to the sea, it's a very salty taste because of the minerals. You see, in seawater, there are approximately 92 minerals. And the reason why Dr. Robert Thompson says that the seawater is the clearest indication of a creator God is because that mineral balance and proportion that you will find in seawater is what you'll find in your bones, is what you'll find in your blood, is what you'll find in every tissue of the body, the fluid that the brain swims in, the lymphatic fluid. It is all this same balance. Bones aren't made of calcium. Bones are made of 12 trace minerals and 64 minor minerals. The pharmaceutical companies, they make all these drugs, then they've got another section. Guess what's in another section? Vitamins and minerals. And there's not a big stockpile of vegetables out in the backyard that they're making them from. So if you've got calcium supplements, the best thing you can do with them is put them in the bin.
While calcium is often seen as the superstar of bone health, the truth is that bones require a range of minerals to stay strong. Magnesium regulates calcium levels, zinc supports bone regeneration, and silica contributes to connective tissue structure. Simply taking calcium supplements without these other minerals may make your bones more brittle. Think of your bones like a wall. Calcium is the bricks, and other minerals are the mortar. Without the mortar, the wall won't stand for long.
So where do we get that from? Dr. Robert Thompson states that the clearest indicator of a creator God is seawater, because it's the exact same mineral balance and proportion as is found in the body.
Let's delve deeper into Dr. Robert Thompson's idea that one of the clearest signs of a creator's existence is seawater. He points out that the composition of seawater is not random, but rather a perfect balance of minerals, similar to what is found in the human body. This prompts us to reflect on an intricate design governing everything around us, and this unity could serve as evidence of a profound connection between humans and nature. The mineral ratios in seawater not only play a role in sustaining marine life, but also reflect the necessity of these minerals for living organisms, from blood, bodily fluids, to regulating basic functions. It's fascinating to think that from the moment we were formed, we have been nurtured by the elements of the earth. These similarities not only make us marvel at the wonders of life, but also stir curiosity about the shared origins of all beings. Is this merely a coincidence, or is it truly the result of a meticulously arranged design by a creator? Regardless of the answer, what is clear is that the connection between nature and humans goes beyond our dependence on the environment. It is reflected in our very essence, even in something as simple as seawater.
One food that's phenomenally high in calcium, and it's in with the other minerals, so it's in a good form, and that is sesame seed. Also, chickpeas are also a good source. So these are foods that will help boost calcium.
Let's delve deeper into the importance of obtaining calcium from foods, with chickpeas being a prime example. As a natural source of calcium, chickpeas are more than just an ordinary food. They are a valuable friend to bone and dental health. Calcium is an essential mineral that keeps the skeletal system strong, helps prevent osteoporosis, and reduces the risk of fractures as we age. Absorbing calcium from natural foods like chickpeas allows for easier digestion and absorption compared to relying solely on supplements. In addition to chickpeas, incorporating other calcium-rich foods into your daily diet is an effective way to maintain nutritional balance. Examples include dark leafy greens, milk and dairy products such as yogurt and cheese, or nuts like almonds, all of which are rich natural sources of calcium. Remember that a varied and diverse diet not only boosts calcium intake, but also provides a range of other vitamins and minerals that support overall health. Calcium supplementation is not just a concern for the elderly or those at risk of osteoporosis. It's an issue everyone should care about. From children in their growth stages, adolescents with higher needs, to adults maintaining physical resilience, each life stage has distinct calcium requirements. Therefore, start paying attention to the calcium sources in your meals, and don't overlook the small but mighty chickpea, a food packed with valuable nutrients. Diet is the foundation of healthy bones. Foods like sesame seeds, leafy greens, almonds, and small fish with edible bones are excellent natural sources of calcium. However, calcium absorption is most effective when paired with vitamin D from sunlight and magnesium. A simple breakfast of oatmeal topped with chia seeds or a salad sprinkled with sesame seeds can make a significant difference. These small dietary changes not only benefit your bones, but also improve your overall health. One suggestion worth considering is that regular table salt has lost most of its nutritional value today, as it only contains two main minerals, sodium and chloride. The refining process of salt removes most of the other essential minerals that the body needs, such as magnesium, calcium, and potassium. Therefore, instead of spending money on calcium supplements, you could switch to using Celtic salt, a natural, unrefined salt that retains many beneficial minerals for health. Celtic salt not only provides sodium, but also contains many other valuable minerals like calcium, magnesium, and potassium, all of which are necessary for the body's functions. Replacing regular table salt with Celtic salt can help replenish missing minerals, while also supporting electrolyte balance, improving nerve and muscle function. This is a natural way to provide these nutrients without relying on synthetic supplements. Try switching to Celtic salt and use the money you would normally spend on vitamins or supplements to purchase a natural product that offers long-term health benefits. Dr. O'Neill also reveals the healing power of sunlight for bone health. We've all heard about the importance of vitamin D for bones, but did you know that sunlight plays an important role in even more ways? Dr. O'Neill believes that managing sunlight exposure could be a powerful tool for maintaining and improving bone strength. Seawater contains a treasure trove of natural minerals essential for the body, including substances such as sodium, magnesium, calcium, potassium, along with many trace elements like iodine and zinc. These minerals play important roles in various bodily functions. For example, they help regulate nerve signals, maintain muscle contraction and relaxation, and contribute to keeping our bones strong. It can be said that the mineral composition of seawater reflects many of the human body's nutritional needs. However, it is important to remember that we cannot drink seawater directly. This is because the salt content in seawater is extremely high, far exceeding the body's ability to process it. When you drink seawater, the excess salt draws water out of your cells, causing severe dehydration. This forces the kidneys to work overtime to remove the salt, but this process cannot happen quickly without requiring additional water from the body. As a result, you may face serious health issues such as kidney damage and even greater dehydration than before. Therefore, while seawater contains many beneficial minerals, directly consuming it is not a healthy solution for the body. We need to choose safer and more effective ways to obtain these essential minerals through food or treated drinking water.
Every day we should be eating dark, green, leafy vegetables. If you don't eat dark, green, leafy vegetables every day, and ideally they should be organic because organic food has a far higher nutrient content because of the microbes in the soil. Remember from one of our other lectures that it's the microbes in the soil that release the minerals out of the soil and put them into the plant. So if you're not having greens every day, you really should have green barley. You really should have a dose of something like wheatgrass or chlorophyll. So there's quite a few available today. They have these minerals in their balanced form. That's what our bones need. So if you are on calcium supplements, my suggestion is that you stop your calcium supplements. Have you noticed in aged care? I've spoken to quite a few nurses who work in aged care, and they say everyone is on these great big calcium supplements and everyone has osteoporosis. It's not doing it. It's not doing it because calcium taken in that form can actually harden the tissues. You see, calcium hardens cement. It doesn't harden bones. It can harden the tissues, it can harden the arteries, contributing to atherosclerosis. We should be taking nutrients into our body the way God put them into the food. So it's very important to have your organic food as much as possible. At our health retreat, we are not 100% organic. It's very difficult to be 100% organic, but we do the best we can. We have a large garden and we have a lot of greens in our garden. So let me define the greens that are very high in these minerals. So you've got spinach and silver beet. Now you have something we don't have in Australia, collard greens. They're also very, very high. And remember, when you cook them, you do not lose your minerals. The only way you could lose your minerals if you were to cook the vegetables and then throw the water away. Remember in the old days, women on their fuel stoves used to have a pot at the back and they'd put the tops from the turnips, they'd put the tops from the carrots, they'd put the ends from the carrots, and that just boiled away slowly all day, and then they'd strain it and they used that as their stock for their soups. You see, when a soup or a dish has a lot of minerals, that's high flavour. It's to the point now you can go into shops and buy stock cubes, can't you? But be careful because a lot of stock cubes have monosodium glutamate in them. And be careful because monosodium glutamate today can be called natural flavour enhancer. It can also be called hydrolyzed vegetable protein, hydrogenated vegetable protein. Very important to become aware of the names of monosodium glutamate. Monosodium glutamate is a neurotoxin. It's also called an excitotoxin. It causes brain cells to overfire, and when they overfire, they deteriorate and die. So you don't want to go anywhere near those. So your organic food, your vegetables are the highest minerals, and of your vegetables, the highest is your greens. So we should be having dark green leafy vegetables every day. With my children, I used to always serve them the salad first. I didn't bring the potatoes on the table, I didn't bring the lentils on the table, I didn't bring the bread on the table. All that stayed in the kitchen until the salad was eaten.
Salad is an excellent choice for providing essential nutrients for bone health, especially when it includes leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and arugula. These vegetables are rich in calcium and vitamin K, two key components for building and maintaining strong bones. Calcium acts as a fundamental building block for bones, while vitamin K activates proteins needed for bone regeneration and helps reduce calcium loss. Additionally, adding ingredients like seeds, nuts, and fruits to your salad will provide additional nutrients such as magnesium, potassium, and vitamin C, which help enhance bone density and prevent osteoporosis. By maintaining a habit of eating diverse and nutrient-rich salads, you can significantly contribute to bone health and naturally reduce the risk of bone-related issues.
In recess, all school children had to have a little bottle of milk. I hated it. It used to make me feel ill. I know now that I have intolerance to dairy. And why did they give it to the school children? To strengthen their bones, but it's actually a fallacy. Let me show you. A glass of milk. Here's a glass of milk. And a glass of milk is high in calcium, yes. But those cows, they got 5 stomachs to be able to access that calcium. So it's not in a form easy for us to access. But that glass of milk is also very high in protein. And the countries in this world, which are the highest dairy consumers, have the highest incidence of osteoporosis. And so the reason why my children used to fall out of Tarzan vines, Emma was a real tomboy. She would climb the trees, the horses, they'd fall off horses. No broken bones. No broken bones. I took them to the dentist. The teeth are all perfect, and yet I didn't give them cow's milk. But every day we ate a lot of dark green leafy vegetables straight from our garden. And we fed the garden so that it was well nourished with compost. And the countries in this world with the strongest bones, let's have a look at the Hunzas in the Himalayan mountains. They don't have hospitals, they don't have doctors, they don't have nurses, they don't even have jails. And they eat food in its natural state. They eat a lot of greens, they have a little bit of sheep yogurt, and they have meat maybe 3 times a year on festive occasions, but their bones are strong. And this is where the game polo came from, is from the Hunzas. So sometimes the over 50s pay the under 50s, and sometimes the over 50s win. Sometimes they fall off horses, but the bones are so strong that if there is a little bit of a crack, it heals very quickly. So it's not from cow's milk, it's actually a misconception, as I just showed you. So we get our minerals from our foods, and the organic foods are a very high source, but as I showed you, many people are losing their minerals because of a high acid, high refined diet and high stimulating diet. Number 7 is use of water. Doesn't seem like our bones need water, but they do, because the blood feeds the bones and blood needs water. But what do bones need, students? Do they need calcium? Not by itself. So I've got some good news. You can save money by not buying any more calcium supplements. And the money you save, you can buy something that is one of the best ways to get salt into your body, or the minerals, which is Celtic salt. Or it's getting hard to get, and apparently it's my fault, so you can get Baja salt is another one that's very, very similar. Celtic salt is hand harvested from Brittany on the French coast. Very pristine part of France. In fact, the French government have declared it a heritage zone so that it can never be contaminated. 4.5 million acres. That's incredible. The Baja salt is on another pristine place in Mexico, and it's a hand-harvested sea salt as well. And because it's a hand-harvested sea salt, they retain the minerals. In fact, they retain approximately between 82 and 84 of the minerals. In seawater, there's approximately 92 minerals. So where are the rest? Well, that last 10 are in such tiny proportions, pico amounts. A pico is a measurement that's barely measurable, that it's inevitable that some of them are lost in the process of harvesting the salt. And the book that I read about the Celtic salt in Brittany, they've got peninsulas like this, and the salt flats basically are like this, and the wind, it comes across these areas, so the salt is dried very quickly. And because it's dried very quickly, there are a lot of mineral gases locked up in the crystal. So I prefer to buy my salt as crystals. And in that crystal are trace amounts, part per million amounts of iodine. Now, when the seas crash, the iodine goes up into suspension and settles on the land. And that's why the vegetables grown on the coast have a higher iodine level. Vegetables grown right inland, almost no iodine. And if you buy iodized salt, you're buying 3 minerals: sodium, chloride, and iodine. And within about, is estimated, 2 hours of opening it, all the iodine is lost. But when you buy the Celtic salt or the Baja salt, it's locked up in the gases. If you take iodine, it's out of your body in 20 minutes. But if you take that little crystal of Celtic salt before every glass of water, you're giving part per million minor amounts of iodine, but little by little by little. That is the best way to take iodine into the body. And iodine is the main food used by the thyroid gland. So that's an interesting piece of information that I wanted to share with you while I share about how we get minerals into the bones, because bones are not made of minerals. Sorry, not a calcium, they're made of minerals. They're made of this balance. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 13, the Bible says, "Ye are the salt of the earth. If the salt has lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and trodden under foot of men." Old English. How does the salt lose its savour? I'd like to suggest that refined salt, with its 2 minerals, has lost its savour. It's lost all the other minerals. What does the Bible say now? It's now good for nothing but to be cast out and trodden under foot of men. And I thought of that when I was up in Minneapolis and saw them throwing salt on the road to melt the ice. 80% of the industrialized salt goes to industry, 20% goes to humans, and that's the refined salt.
Thus, when it comes to maintaining bone health, it is not just about a single mineral like calcium, but rather about the balance and natural combination of minerals within the body. High-quality sea salts, such as Celtic salt or Baja salt, can be a source of diverse minerals that help supplement the essential elements needed by bones. However, we should not forget that, alongside supplementing minerals through salt, food is also an extremely important and natural source that the body can easily absorb. To comprehensively enhance bone health, we need to focus on consuming mineral-rich foods, particularly dark leafy greens, to sustainably and effectively supplement the necessary nutrients in a balanced way. Now let's delve deeper into the role of leafy greens in supporting bone health and why this is an indispensable source of minerals in our daily diet.
Dr. Robert Thompson states that if you take a little crystal of salt in your mouth, give it a little chomp, drink your glass of water, you do that with every glass of water. That's 8 times a day. So we don't need to drink seawater. All we need to do is get the whole salt, Celtic salt or Himalayan salt that has all of those minerals in it. The ultraviolet rays from the sun hit the skin and convert a form of cholesterol just under the skin to vitamin D. And vitamin D is essential in the assimilation of calcium and the utilization of calcium in the body.
Vitamin D is not just vital for calcium absorption, it also promotes the growth of new bone cells. Studies show that vitamin D deficiency can increase the risk of fractures by up to 50%. Sunlight is the most natural source of vitamin D, and just 15 minutes of morning sunlight can fulfill your daily requirement. For those living in areas with limited sunlight, foods like salmon, eggs, and fortified mushrooms are excellent alternatives. A balance of sunlight and diet is essential for maintaining optimal bone health. The process of synthesizing vitamin D from sunlight has been widely documented in scientific literature. A study published in the Journal of Pharmacology and Therapeutics confirms that exposure to sunlight is the most effective method for the body to produce vitamin D, a key factor in calcium absorption and bone mineralization. According to Dr. Barbara O'Neill, here are her recommendations for using sunlight to enhance bone health. First, expose a larger area of skin. The more skin exposed to sunlight, the more vitamin D the body produces. Second, ensure safe and regular exposure. The specific time depends on skin type, location, and time of day, but typically 10 to 30 minutes of midday sunlight several times a week can be effective. Third, pay attention to the time of day. UVB rays, necessary for the production of vitamin D, are strongest between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Finally, avoid using sunscreen when sunbathing to create vitamin D. Sunscreen blocks the UVB rays needed, so when exposing your skin for vitamin D synthesis, avoid using it. While sunlight offers many benefits, avoid excessive exposure that can lead to sunburn. Always take protective measures and consult with a healthcare professional about the appropriate amount of sunlight for you. Now let's talk about an exercise that Dr. Barbara O'Neill highly recommends for supporting bone health. Rebounding exercises. This is a gentle workout performed on a mini trampoline, effectively strengthening bones.
And the best exercise, the best bone strengthening exercise, the best muscle strengthening exercise is defying gravity. And the best exercise for defying gravity is rebounding.
The best exercise to strengthen bones and muscles is to challenge gravity. When the body has to work against gravity, bones and muscles are stimulated and become stronger. One of the great exercises to achieve this is rebounding. Rebounding, or jumping on a small trampoline, not only helps strengthen bones but also improves cardiovascular health, burns calories, and enhances flexibility. Jumping on the trampoline creates a gentle yet effective impact on the body, stimulating the development of bones and muscles without putting excessive pressure on the joints. This is especially beneficial for those who want to maintain or improve bone health without facing the risks of high-impact exercises. In addition, rebounding helps improve balance and body coordination while reducing stress and boosting mood. Just a few minutes of exercise each day can result in noticeable changes in your health and fitness. It's a fun and effective way to challenge gravity and enhance bone and muscle health.
If you're not used to the rebounding, you just start with this. This is just your health bounce. And then as you get more confident and stronger, you can start leaping.
With the understanding that excess acidity from food can negatively affect bone health, minimizing acid-forming foods and balancing the body with alkaline foods is essential. However, it is not only diet that matters. Lifestyle habits also play a major role in maintaining bone health. Alongside balancing minerals, proper physical activity can strengthen and increase bone density, protecting them from weakening. In fact, exercise is one of the most effective ways to promote bone regeneration, making bones stronger. This brings us to a particular form of exercise that can have a positive impact on the skeletal system. Training with a rebounder or trampoline.
But the bones need rest. They need to be fully rested and revived every night. And a lot of bones aren't getting that. And the best exercise for strengthening the bones is rebounding. Strength comes by exercise. There's no other way. We know that about muscles, and we often only refer to muscles, but bones are also strengthened by exercise. And the bone strengthening exercise that is more effective than any other is rebounding. That's why best exercise for kids, get a trampoline. And if they've got a spare moment, where are they? On the trampoline. I've come to the conclusions people get old because they stop jumping.
Gravity-based exercises like walking, skipping, or using a trampoline not only enhance bone density, but also improve balance, reducing the risk of falls. NASA has found that trampoline exercises help astronauts regain bone density lost during time in zero-gravity environments. You don't need fancy equipment. Climbing stairs or performing bodyweight squats are simple yet effective ways to strengthen your bones. A few minutes of these activities daily can lead to long-term benefits for your skeletal system.
Exercise strengthens bones. The best bone strengthening exercise, the best muscle strengthening exercise is defying gravity.
When you exercise, your body increases its capacity to produce red and white blood cells to meet the rising oxygen demands caused by physical activity. This happens because movement prompts the body to require more oxygen. thereby stimulating the production of more red blood cells to ensure oxygen is transported throughout all organs. Exercise also promotes blood circulation, directly benefiting bone marrow, the site where blood cells are created. Additionally, regular physical activity strengthens the immune system by increasing the number of white blood cells, helping the body fight off disease-causing agents more effectively. Moreover, exercise influences hormones to promote the production of red blood cells. Therefore, maintaining a consistent exercise routine is an effective way to ensure balance in the health of these vital cells in the body.
So if you've got calcium supplements, the best thing you can do with them is put them in the bin. Do you call it a bin? In America they call it a trash can. I just want to be really clear here. Rubbish. In fact, in the book The Calcium Lie, Dr. Robert Thompson, he actually says that calcium supplements can deplete even more calcium out of your bones. The pharmaceutical companies, they make all these drugs, then they've got another section. Guess what's in another section? Vitamins and minerals. And there's not a big stockpile of vegetables out in the backyard that they're making them from. They're in a form that your body can't access.
This may surprise you, but this claim is backed by solid scientific evidence. A study published in the British Medical Journal shows that using calcium supplements can increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. The reason is that the body does not process calcium from supplements in the same way as it absorbs calcium from natural foods. According to Dr. Barbara O'Neill, many bone health issues can be prevented or improved by adopting natural methods. Let's explore the bone healing secrets that pharmaceutical corporations might not want you to know.
Caffeine, called Australia's darling, I think it's America's darling too. It is also a big leacher of minerals, especially the calcium and magnesium.
Caffeine, dubbed the favorite of Australia and perhaps also the favorite of the United States, not only provides a sense of alertness, but also has a significant impact on bone health. One of the negative effects of caffeine is that it can deplete minerals in the body, especially calcium and magnesium. When we consume caffeine, the body tends to excrete more calcium through urine, and if this occurs frequently, it can lead to calcium deficiency, affecting bone health. Magnesium, an important mineral that helps regulate muscle and nerve function, can also become depleted with excessive caffeine consumption. This not only reduces the ability to regenerate bones, but can also cause issues like muscle cramps, fatigue, and nervous system disorders. To protect bones and maintain mineral balance in the body, we should consider limiting caffeine intake in our diets and replenishing lost minerals with calcium and magnesium-rich foods, such as milk, dairy products, dark leafy greens, and seeds. Maintaining a healthy and balanced diet is the best way to protect bone health in the long term. Certain habits can silently weaken your bones. For example, consuming too much caffeine or refined sugar accelerates calcium loss by increasing urinary excretion. Processed foods and a lack of greens in your diet create an acidic environment in your body, forcing your bones to release calcium to neutralize it. Small changes, like reducing sugar in your coffee or swapping candies for fresh fruit, can significantly improve your bone health over time.
The refined sugar leaches especially the calcium and the magnesium.
Refined sugar not only causes weight gain or diabetes, but also depletes essential minerals like calcium and magnesium. In order to metabolize and process sugar, the body must use a large amount of its mineral reserves, weakening the bones and impairing nerve function. Reducing refined sugar intake helps protect minerals, boost overall health, and choosing nutrient-dense foods like fresh fruits, seeds, and leafy greens can help replenish lost minerals and maintain nutritional balance. One notable characteristic of minerals, and the reason calcium is often depleted more than other minerals, is that calcium is the most alkaline mineral. This means that when the body needs to neutralize excess acid, it will prioritize using calcium from reserves, such as from bones and teeth. This process can lead to a decrease in bone density and weaken the skeletal system if not adequately replenished through diet. This is why maintaining mineral balance, especially supplementing calcium, is essential for long-term health.
One of the problems with bones today is people are taking things that are leaching these minerals out. One is caffeine. Caffeine has a very acid effect on the body. And what happens when acid-forming foods are taken into the body? Let's make a list of the acid-forming foods. So we're going to make a no here. These things should not go into the body. So caffeine and meat, whether it be white or red, dairy products. The only dairy product that probably is on a acid-alkaline scale of neutral would be raw milk from an organic cow. But myself, I'm a fifth-generation Australian Scottish descent. I can't handle the cow's milk very well. I acknowledge that there are some people who've got dairy in their heritage who can handle it. The problem is, if you give the cow's milk that's in the shop to a newborn baby calf, that calf will die. So there's a big difference between raw and not raw. So your dairy products have an acid effect. Also, the hybridized wheat of today, it was hybridized in the 50s, went worldwide in the 70s, so by the 1990s, all the breads, the pastas, the cereals are all made out of the hybridized wheat. And the intensive crossbreeding that it went through created a very acid, or created a wheat that leaves quite an acid residue. So all of these foods leave an acid effect in the body. Now, anything that leaves an acid effect in the body, it actually leaches calcium out. Let me explain. The most acidic substance is sulfuric acid, and the most alkaline substance is calcium. And when a person is having high caffeine, meat, dairy products, another couple are alcohol and tobacco. So when a person is taking all of these things in, it creates a very acid condition in the blood. Now, if that acid condition goes too low, you see, our blood should be between 7.35 and 7.4. Now, if it drops down to 7.22, that person will go into a coma and die of acidosis.
Unrefined salt is a rich source of essential minerals that help the body function optimally, including supporting bone health. According to Dr. Barbara O'Neill, using mineral-rich salts such as natural sea salt, Celtic salt, or Himalayan salt can provide significant benefits for bones. Here is how she recommends using salt to enhance bone health.
Is another leacher of minerals, and one of the reasons why the calcium is probably the one that is taken out more than any other is because it is the most alkaline mineral.
The National Institutes of Health has reported that smoking increases the risk of osteoporosis and bone fractures. By avoiding these substances and focusing on consuming nutrient-rich foods, you can create an ideal environment to support bone health. Dr. Barbara O'Neill's approach offers a natural alternative to traditional treatments. She recommends incorporating nutrient-dense foods like leafy greens and sesame seeds, using unrefined salt, getting proper sun exposure, practicing rebounding exercises, and avoiding substances that weaken bones. You can absolutely improve the strength of your bones. Remember, bones need more than just calcium. They require a variety of essential minerals and healthy habits. While these natural methods can provide numerous benefits, it is always advisable to consult with your doctor before making any major changes to your health routine. Your bones support you every day, so it's time to return that support. If you found this information helpful, please leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear about your experience with these methods in the comments. Your insights can help others on their journey toward natural health.
Rest is a very important part of life. Must be a balance between rest and work. Remember the perfect mathematical formula? 8 hours to work, 8 hours to play, 8 hours to sleep. But the bones need rest. They need to be fully rested and revived every night. And a lot of bones aren't getting that.
Rest is an essential part of daily life, and maintaining a balance between work, play, and rest is crucial. Remember the perfect mathematical formula: 8 hours of work, 8 hours of play, and 8 hours of sleep. This not only applies to the body and mind, but is also very important for our bone health. Bones, like other parts of the body, need time to recover and regenerate. Each night when we sleep, the body begins the process of regeneration, including rebuilding and strengthening bone cells. However, many people do not allocate enough time for sleep or fail to create a proper resting environment for their bodies. Lack of sleep or insufficient rest can hinder the bone recovery process, reduce the ability to regenerate, and cause a decline in bone health over time. Not giving bones enough rest time can lead to problems like osteoporosis or joint issues. And therefore, in addition to taking care of diet and exercise, ensuring sufficient rest time is a key factor in keeping bones strong and maintaining overall body flexibility. Pay attention to sleep and find ways to maintain a proper rest routine each day to ensure optimal joint and bone health. Deep sleep doesn't just rejuvenate the mind. It also triggers the release of growth hormones, which are crucial for bone regeneration. Inadequate or poor quality sleep can interrupt this process, increasing the risk of bone deterioration. To optimize your sleep, avoid screens at least 1 hour before bed. Create a calm sleeping environment and maintain a consistent bedtime routine. Restorative sleep is a simple yet powerful tool to keep your bones strong and healthy. At the end of the video, Dr. Barbara O'Neill will provide a detailed guide on how to perform this exercise, specifically designed for the elderly. However, lack of physical activity is not the only concern. Poor nutrition, excessive consumption of processed foods, and reliance on pharmaceutical solutions all contribute to the bone health crisis. A common misconception that worsens the issue is the over-reliance on calcium supplements. Many people believe these supplements are the key to strong bones. However, according to Dr. O'Neill, this approach may do more harm than good. Here is a rewritten version of the passage with a more engaging and clear style while retaining the main points. Before continuing, if you find this information valuable, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. We are dedicated to bringing you the latest insights on natural health, and your support helps spread this important knowledge to more people. Sesame seeds are an excellent source of minerals for the body. They not only provide calcium, but are also rich in zinc, an essential element in bone metabolism. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Science and Vitaminology found that sesame seeds can help prevent osteoporosis, particularly in postmenopausal women. Chickpeas are also an important food in Dr. Barbara O'Neill's list for supporting bone health, providing essential nutrients for maintaining strong bones. This is a simple yet effective method that helps provide the essential minerals for the body, including sodium and other trace elements found in salt. Sodium is an important mineral that helps maintain electrolyte balance, supports nerve and muscle function. However, salt is often overused in modern diets, leading to excessive consumption, which can harm health. Using crystal salt in this way not only helps provide sodium in moderation, but also helps the body maintain pH balance, improve digestion, and support overall health. The benefit of this method is that it not only provides minerals but also enhances the body's hydration ability, especially in situations where the body is dehydrated. However, it is important to note that salt intake should be adjusted appropriately and not overused to avoid negative effects on blood pressure and other organs in the body. Just a few minutes of light jumping each day on the rebounder can provide significant benefits for the bones. As the body becomes stronger, you can gradually increase the intensity and duration of these workouts. While exercise is very important, Dr. Barbara O'Neill also emphasizes the importance of rest to ensure optimal bone health. Adequate rest allows the body to regenerate and strengthen the bones.
Tobacco is the other. It is estimated 4,000 chemicals in cigarette smoke. And sorry, vaping is no better. Vaping is, in some ways, it's even worse.
Your bones are not solely dependent on minerals. They also require water, which makes up about 31% of their composition. Water not only helps maintain bone structure, but also plays a vital role in transporting essential nutrients, such as calcium and magnesium, to bone tissues. When the body is dehydrated, the supply of these crucial nutrients can be disrupted, potentially weakening bone health. Furthermore, water keeps the cartilage in joints flexible and strong, protecting bones from wear and tear as well as injury. Therefore, drinking sufficient water daily is a key factor in maintaining long-term bone health. Thank you for joining this journey to explore important factors for bone health today. From the role of natural salts, organic foods, leafy greens, to the importance of water and regular physical activity, It is clear that a balanced lifestyle brings numerous benefits to your bones. I hope you can apply this knowledge in your daily life to improve your strength and overall health. If you have any questions or wish to share your own story, please do not hesitate to reach out. Wishing you strength and health on your wellness journey. About weak bones or struggling with recovery after a fracture? Do you believe that the key to strong bones might be right in your kitchen? Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a naturopath with over 40 years of experience, has uncovered the crucial link between diet and bone health. These are things not everyone wants you to know, especially pharmaceutical companies. In this video, we will explore how simple dietary changes and some natural methods can enhance bone strength. Set aside supplements and calcium pills for a moment. Listen closely because your bones will thank you for it. Be patient, as there's much more to discover by the end of the video. Dr. O'Neill will reveal a shocking truth about sunlight and its unexpected role in improving bone health.
9 reasons why you lose balance after 60.
Hearing this.
Do you ever feel unsteady on
common foods in the U.S. that surprisingly weaken bone health? You might be surprised to learn that an ordinary kitchen ingredient could hold the key to stronger bones. Before we dive into Dr. Barbara O'Neill's recommended methods, let's take a look at the alarming current state of affairs. According to the International Osteoporosis Foundation, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over the age of 50 are at risk of fractures due to osteoporosis. In the U.S., approximately 10 million people have osteoporosis, and 44 million have low bone mass, increasing their risk. Alarmingly, this issue is on the rise as the population ages. The World Health Organization even predicts that by 2050, hip fractures in men may increase by 310% and by 240% in women. Every year in the United States, around 6.3 million fractures occur, with osteoporosis being the leading cause. This shows that modern lifestyles greatly impact our bone health. Bones are more than just the framework of our bodies. They are also the mineral bank that supports critical functions. When your body lacks calcium or other essential minerals, it draws from the bones, increasing the risk of osteoporosis. Think about it. Every step, jump, or even standing upright depends on your bones. As we age, bone loss becomes inevitable, but this process can be slowed with proper care. A key question to ask yourself is, are you giving your bones the care they need to keep you active and strong throughout your life? We all know that osteoporosis and declining bone density are significant issues as we get older. In today's discussion, you will learn simple, effective, and easily applicable ways to protect and strengthen your bones without necessarily relying on medication. By understanding the factors affecting bone health and making small but meaningful changes, you can actively minimize risks and enhance your vitality. We will be sharing practical tips from nutrition and exercise to lifestyle changes that you can implement right away. Join me in this exciting and rewarding journey to improve your bone health in a sustainable and natural way. Together, we will empower ourselves to live happier, healthier, and more resilient lives every day.
Bones are important. Bones hold us upright. The skull protects the most important organ in the body and yet the most delicate organ in the body, which is the brain. The only exposed bone in the whole body are teeth. Dentists make a fortune because so many people, their teeth are breaking down. I don't know whether you are familiar with the work of Dr. Weston Price. He's a dentist who in the 30s, he went all around the islands photographing people's teeth. Perfect teeth, perfect alignment. And then in some countries, only 10 years later, some of these islands, white man had come in with the devitalized food and he took more photographs. In fact, his whole book is just about photographs. And there the teeth started to be cramped because the people weren't getting the nutrition. So our bones need nutrition. Unfortunately,